Hello everyone. I'm super thrilled today. I've got a very inspiring person with me. I don't think he needs introduction because he's making waves right now and transforming so many people's lives with the kind of stuff he does. I have with me the one and only Mr. Sohrab Khushrushahi. He is the founder of Sohfit, the co-founder of Func Lab, a wellness and a fitness coach, and also helping people to get stronger, fitter, and faster. So welcome, Sohrab, to this episode. It's truly an honor and privilege to have you with me today and to have this candid chat with you to just know more insights on your journey and your company's journey. So, first of all, welcome to the new episode. So, get right down to it, Saurabh. Why SoFit? What is SoFit all about? Was this a passion which transformed into a business? Was there current any kind of a spark in your life which made you get into the fitness field and the fitness culture? A little bit on that. What do you have to say on that?
First of all, thank you. That introduction was very, very generous of you. I've not done as much as you're saying I'm doing, but uh, Sohfit was a passion. I don't think when we started out we expected to get to where we are. When we started out, or when I started out with Sohfit, the idea was to have fun. I think that was the most important thing. I was a lawyer for 12, no, not 12, about 17 years.
Okay.
Um, so I was in this space doing really well. I was going to be partner in a law firm, so everything was going really well. Right? It wasn't like there was a problem there, but fitness was something that I was very very passionate about from day one. Ever since I can remember, maybe the age of 13 or 14 is when I first entered a gym, and I've been in one since then. So it's been 30 years now.
Okay.
Makes me pretty old. But the idea was honestly with Sofit, the idea was to help people. I think that's where it came from. Didn't really look at it as a business. I looked at it as something where I could contribute um, to people's lives. I think that comes from my mom. My mom's been that kind of person, and I've learned a lot from her. So the idea was to just help people, get people to enjoy training, get people to enjoy fitness as much as I loved it. It's hard. It's a lot of hard work. It's very lonely. Most of the time, you're training by yourself,
Yeah.
uh, and that it gets a little monotonous sometimes. But the idea was to create a community around it, so that like-minded people can go train together. I think people party together.
Right.
People head out for dinners together. Very few people work out together at that point in time. And
Right.
the idea was to get people to work out together. What started as just an idea, which I have to kind of credit my family for, because it's very difficult to kind of, give up a solid career as a lawyer
Mm.
and support that dream. So a lot of credit goes to my family and my wife to kind of support that. So the idea was always to just have fun, make sure people have fun, make sure people train, and create a fitness culture in the country,
Right.
and that's about it.
That's truly, truly commendable. But I think you'll also agree with me, nowadays when it comes to fitness, just the physical fitness is not everything. It's the mental wellness also is very important when it comes to training. So how does SoFit, help in terms of mental wellness, just not the muscle, but the mind. And also when a client comes to you, for help and support, how do you help them, totally transform themselves, in terms of a different version of themselves for the better.
I mean, let's understand one thing, right? If your physical condition improves, your mental condition will improve. Okay. It's not a direct correlation, but there is some sort of linkage to it, right? When you work out, you release endorphins, you release serotonin, all good for the brain from a mental health perspective as well. I'll let you in on something. I was suffering from mental health issues, right, for the longest time while I was a lawyer, because I just wasn't happy with what I was doing. And I was seeing a psychiatrist, no problem admitting that it gets to you. I think the one thing that kept me going through that entire phase was my training, in addition to all the other things that I was doing and making sure that I was taken care of. My training was one of those things that was helping me along the way. So I think physical health does help with your mental health. It's not the only answer, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Okay. Um, in terms of just generally, I think um, you know how do you kind of transform a person? You can't. Let's be honest. You can't transform someone who doesn't want to transform. And the idea is not transformation. The idea is, can we get them to start enjoying training?
Right.
Can we get them to start enjoying coming to a studio and working out, or working out at home, or working out anywhere? Right? There's got to be a fun element. For me, I think fitness is about consistency. Can you be consistent over a long period of time? Because that's where results come, right? We live in a culture where everything has to happen tomorrow. Unfortunately, in fitness, it doesn't happen that way, right? Yes, you can take shortcuts, but those shortcuts will eventually turn around and bite you in the ass.
Right.
100%.
Right.
But that hard work, if you put it in consistently over a period of time, you will see results that you want to see. Now, to get people to start enjoying that hard work is the tricky part. To get them to start making that switch in their head where they're like, I don't have to do this. I want to do this. I want to go train. I want to go work on myself. I want to feel a certain way. That's the tricky part. And that's what we're trying to kind of solve and work for. And it comes back to the first question that you asked me, right? What do you want people to do? I want people to have fun. And as long as they're having fun training, they're coming in, they're with their friends, they're working out, or whether it's online, whether wherever it is, with their coach. The idea is get them to start enjoying that process, because process you can control, Siddhant. You can't control results.
Yeah.
I can't control how your body is going to change and how long it's going to take. Everyone's different. But
Yeah.
the one thing I like about training and fitness is that it's a true reflection of the amount of effort you put in.
Right.
If you train and eat consistently over a period of time, you will get the results you want to get. If you're not consistent, results will show as well.
Right.
Simple.
Also, I want to know, how did you conceptualize your famous 21 and 40-day training? I would like to know a little bit on that part of your life and your brand. How did you all start the 21-day challenge and the 40-day challenge?
I mean, we started with the 40. The 40 for me is I call it the mothership. It's what we started. Technically, what built Sohfit was the 40. Um, how did it start? It's a very innocuous story. I mean, I was training. I've been doing camps for 9 years, and I was training people on the turf. And it was Diwali holidays, and people were traveling, and everyone's like,
Mhm.
all this work I've put in over the last 6 months is going to go to waste because it's going to be Diwali, and I'm going to party, and I'm going to eat rubbish. And my only question to them at that point was, who said that Diwali means you have to eat sweet? Who said
Right.
Diwali means you don't work out?
Right.
Who said traveling means you can't train, right? Because I've been doing that my entire life. I was a lawyer, capital markets lawyer, living out of Singapore and Hong Kong, traveling all over the world, right? I was on a flight every week. So if I stopped training because I was traveling, I was in trouble. So for me, that was the fundamental question. And they said, you don't understand what we're going to go through. I said, you know what? Let's put all you guys here, anyone who wants to do it, on a group. I will lead that group, right? We may create a WhatsApp group of 10 or 15 of us,
Okay.
and I will hold you accountable for the next 30 days. Simple. Nothing. You will post your food just so that I know what you're eating on a daily basis so that we can chat about it and see whether we get options. And I will post my workout on this group every single day. So even while you're traveling, you can train,
Mhm.
right? No questions asked. I said, how many people want to do it? Uh, some people thought I was crazy. But there were 10 or 12 of them who did it, who said, yeah, we want to do this. And at the end of those 30 days, they came through with it and said, this was amazing. We held each other accountable. We spoke to each other. We kept each other on track. That was the best thing we've done.
Right.
And that kind of gave birth to the idea. I was like, let's create an online program. Let's do this with more than 10 people. Let's see how many we get to. Our first 40 had 40 people. It was amazing. It was we set a bunch of guidelines from food perspective. We gave them workouts, we trained with them. And at the end of that 40, because we were 40 people out of Bombay, we all went to a restaurant in Bandra called Bastion, which I thought did the best chocolate chip pancakes. And we went and ate together. I made them eat sugar, lots of it, right? Purposely. And they were all feeling pathetic the next day. They were feeling sluggish, they were feeling slow. And I was like, that's the effect sugar has on your body.
Right.
Now you understand what I'm talking about, right? And that just created that idea. It was just, can we create a community around helping people
Right.
train consistently, whether they're traveling, whether they're in India or not, whether they're in Bombay, whether they're abroad, doesn't matter. We will help them work out, stay on track, and eat a certain way. And that was the idea. The 40 is that's how it started. Um, the 21 was just, we wanted to create a more intensive program, and we
Okay.
said we'll make it over a shorter duration. We wanted to still create that change, and I think 3 weeks is a good amount of time. It's not perfect, but it's a good
Mhm.
amount of time to create change. So that's where the 21 came from. So the 40 and 21 was our brainchild, and we started this before COVID. It's not, a lot of people say online started at COVID. We started way a year before COVID. We were doing these online programs. So for us, when COVID actually happened, we knew what we were doing. We didn't have a problem. We were already in the online space. So that's the 40 and the 21.
Right. I couldn't agree more with you also. When I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, it was very difficult to, in fact, I reversed it. It was more of willpower and, self-belief that, because in the end, if you suffer, your family suffers with you. And that kept eating me up, from inside. So I think, as you said, it normally takes 3 weeks to actually get into the habit, which also took me a little time, to change my lifestyle and my eating habits. And, I couldn't agree with you more. Also, Saurabh, I want to know, I'm sure you've set certain goals for yourself. You've achieved already quite a lot. And I'm sure probably 10 years down the line, you might have certain ambitions with your brand where you'd like to see your brand reach. What is that you've set, what are those kind of targets you've set for yourself?
Honestly, I don't look that far down the line. I live on a day-to-day basis, but I think with Sohfit, the idea has always been to create quality. We're in no rush to scale or to become that kind of fitness organization which has franchises all over the place. No, that's not our model, and that's not what we want to do.
Okay.
We always want to work on quality. So I just want Sohfit to be a brand that is recognized with quality, people who care, people who want others to do well,
Right.
coaches who are happy seeing other people happy. I think that's my biggest thing, right? As coaches, anyone who's a coach here or who is a coach with me or who's trained with me for last God knows how many years, the only thing I tell them is be more invested in the person you train than they are in themselves.
Right.
And when you do that, magic happens. So
Right.
for me, that's the most important, and that's always going to be the most important thing. So fit, whether it's 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, to just be remembered as coaches who care.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Also, I would like you to give a message to the people and the viewers watching us today who want to get into fitness. They have a lot of, probably I know a lot of people tell me they are so stressed with their life. They don't get time to work out. They don't have. So I think, what is that one kind of message you'd like to tell them to help them, lead a more healthy life?
Start small. I think that's the one thing that I tell people all the time. What people need to understand, Siddhant, is it's not all training. There's a lot more to wellness and health and fitness than just training. Training is like 5% or 10% of the battle that you need to fight.
Right.
A lot of the work has to happen outside your training environment, outside your gym, outside where you kind of work out. So, how strong are you mentally to eat a certain way every single day? Um, how much do you take your sleep into account? How
Right.
serious are you about getting the right amount of sleep? How serious are you about eating the right amount of protein every single day? So there's a lot of things that go into it. Training is 5%. It's not even the most important aspect. It's an aspect of your fitness and your wellness. So I'd say start small. Start with something like just move for 10 minutes a day, right? Have fun. Maybe go for a dance class if you like dancing, play a sport if you like playing a sport, whatever it is that gets you to move. I don't believe fitness is just about lifting weights. I think that's the first misconception that people have. You like doing yoga, do yoga. You like doing Pilates, do Pilates. You like swimming, go swim. You like playing cricket, go play cricket. Play whatever you want. Just
Right.
move. I
Okay.
think that's the idea, right? We wanted people to move.
Okay.
Now, I honestly believe everyone today, and you hear this from people, oh, I'm not an athlete. I can't move. I can't do X, Y, Z. For me, every human being who has a body that is capable of moving is an athlete, right? So you're an athlete. So move like an athlete would move. Just go have fun, play a sport. Go for a run, go cycling, go for a trek. There's so many things you can do. So
Right.
start small. Start with maybe 2 or 3 days in a week. Understand what that feels like, and as you kind of get more involved, as you start enjoying it more and more, you'll want to do more on your own. There's no point dragging people in and saying, let's train 7 days a week, because it's not going to happen.
Okay.
right? So you're setting yourself up for failure. I think people set themselves up for failure, right? They expect too much out of themselves. Human mind, expectations. Oh, I'll train 6 days a week for the next 4 weeks and I'll look a certain way. And in week two, if you're not looking half of what you thought you would look at 4 weeks, you'll stop training, right?
Right.
So start small, start with 15 minutes, go for a walk, start with a jog, then slowly enter the gym, play a sport, and then build on that week on week, and you'll be more successful.
Right.
I've always said this to people I trained, one session will not make or break you, right?
Right.
Don't
Right.
come in there and say, 1 hour, I'm going to kill myself, and
Yeah.
then for the next 5 days, do nothing.
Right.
I'd rather you train 15 minutes a day
Yeah.
for 6 days or 5 days
Yeah.
and get in, say, that's what? That's over an hour and a half of work,
Right.
as opposed to 1 hour and then doing nothing for the rest of the week. So for me, that is more important. So consistent steps is more important than this one big hoo-ha. So for
Right.
me, that's more important.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more again. Consistency is the key in whatever you do. I think it's not only just fitness, but in life as well. Anything you do, I think you need to be consistent, especially the youth also of our country. Because they want quick results. They really want things to happen like it's magic, but everything takes time, and your body is your temple. So you need to, I couldn't agree. Each and everything is so relatable when you're talking. So, yeah. So now it comes to a fun segment, Sohrab. This is a rapid fire round. This is going to be quick answers from you, just to know you a little more personally. So, my first one would be rooftop, beach, or mountain workout.
Each
Cheat meal of choice.
ice cream any day of the week, any ice cream you want to pick.
Fitness myth that you hate.
Women should not strength train because they will look like men.
Okay. Burpees or planks.
I'm a burpees kind of guy.
Morning grind or night hustle.
It depends, but if I genuinely had an option, I'd say morning always. Just get it done, get it out of the way.
A post-workout snack.
For me, it's my protein shake. That's one of the reasons why we created Func So it's my protein shake once we're done.
A theme song for your workouts.
Man, I have so many. It's insane. Right now, I'm obsessed with. Uh, it's not a workout song. It's just a song that I absolutely love. It's called Ordinary.
Okay.
It's not fast. It's not crazy. It's just a song that I love.
Okay. Complete the sentence. Fitness is.
Everything
Okay.
for
Uh,
me, it is. For me, it's everything.
okay. What is the one book that you're currently enjoying to read?
I've read a bunch of them. I'm not reading anything in particular at the moment, but my favorite book of all time is Open by Andre Agassi.
Okay.
I
Uh,
think that's just an amazing book. It throws light to so many issues, and I, I couldn't believe that guy hated tennis, but he was world number one. So it's
if
amazing.
if someone had to play your biopic, it could be Hollywood, it could be Bollywood, who would it be? Who you think would play you the best?
Tricky one. I like I'd like to say Chris Hemsworth, but I'd go with Robert Downey Jr. because I just think he's really cool.
Okay. If you were given one superpower, for a day, what would it be and how would you use it?
To help people change their mindset when it comes to training.
Right.
I think the idea is to kind of make people consistent over a period of time. I think we've gotten too used to this. I want to die when I'm training culture, and you don't need to get an effective workout. There's so many variables today, and everyone wants to kind of, how many calories are they burning? And if they're not burnt enough calories or they're not sweating enough, then they've not had a good workout.
Right.
So changing that mindset, just changing the mindset and making sure people enjoy training.
And my final question would be, Saurabh, can nightlife and fitness coexist? What would Sohfit tell the party hard and work out harder tribe?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm not a party person. But it can coexist. Everything in moderation can coexist. You don't have to be extreme. You've got to be smart. I think that's the one thing that I've always told people is work smart. Don't just work hard.
Right.
It was something that my mom told me when I was a lawyer, saying, you work all these crazy hours, but work smart. Are you working smart? So it can coexist as long as you're doing it in moderation.
Right. Okay, so that comes to the end of the episode. Thank you, Saurabh. It was such a lovely time chatting with you. To know insights of your journey has been truly amazing. And I keep wishing you the well, all the success. I hope you keep achieving whatever you want to achieve, and hope to see you on the other side really soon. So,
No, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. I mean, it's always fun, kind of trying to get that message across as far as fitness and training and nutrition is concerned. So thank you very much for having me. It meant a lot.
cheers, bro. Take care. Bye.
Cheers. Thank you.